from what I can tell, like the only big fish that Miami are still after, 5-star athlete Nyckoles Harbor, who, wants to play receiver or tight end at the next level. I think it's probably going to be South Carolina or Oregon there for him. And Jamel Howard, a 3-star defensive tackle who I know Miami would love to have, but he's a Chicago area kid, and it sounds like he and his family want him to be a little bit closer to home. So I'm thinking the Big Ten there. So I'm not expecting Miami to land either of these guys. Hopefully they surprise me pleasantly tomorrow, but I don't see a whole lot of other names on the radar, Blue. Do you think it's going to be a very quiet National Signing Day with Miami having done most of their work in the early signing period in December?
Yeah, I do. I think it's going to be, and it's on our radio show. We had representatives from Florida, Florida State, obviously Miami, USF, UCF. And the one thing that we found out is that Wednesday's going to kind of come and go. I mean, wow. FSU may add one. Florida already got a commitment yesterday, yesterday. So it is, because I think the remainder of the roster of basically all the teams, especially Miami, will be dictated by some of the guys who are in the transfer portal. And certainly they have the players on campus that they're going in the spring with. And then they'll see coming out of spring, because there's going to be a lot of kids that are going to be still out there. After spring, they could always pick up a few more bodies like they did last year to kind of enhance. And I think that a lot of the players too will see, you know what, I saw the Miami spring game and they need this. And I think I could come in there, and before you know it, that's how it's going to be. I kind of missed the early February the first week of February National Signing Days, because there was great parties and there was a lot of anticipation, and we kind of get cheated out of that because now the December 20th day is coming right after the state championships, right before Christmas, and you don't get as much hoopla as you used to in the buildup. But the only reason they probably won't go back to a full first week of February signing is because a lot of these kids want to go in early. Yeah. And that's what happened in a lot of cases, that if you look at rosters, especially Miami, they have a lot of kids who signed, in December that are already on campus. So
I think it was like 19, 20 of them already out of 24, 25. They're already on campus.
Yeah. And the only players don't ever get an opportunity to get on are the private school kids. So, so now what you do is you try to sew up a little bit of the 23, and then you look at 2024 and then set the table for 2025. And, but that's what this next couple of weeks is going to be about. Yeah, I'd like to see them get Nick Harbor, but the thing about him is he's a world-class sprinter. As big as he is. And so I think that's also on his mind. Not to say Miami doesn't have an outstanding track program. And because, of the fact that, you're looking at somebody like T. Martin's son is coming to Miami to play baseball, So, you never know. You never know in a situation. But I think it's going to be really quiet.
Well, and also, like with Harbor, how much harder do you think it is to get a commitment from him when you currently – don't have an OC or a wide receivers coach? So I don't know. It seems like it's kind of harder to close the deal from where I sit.
100%, but like you said, stranger things have happened. I would send Mario Cristobal into a 12th hour deal before anybody else.